Hello, 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 brothers and sisters. How's it going? Hope you're having a splendid day or evening, depending on where you're at, brothers and sisters. So, white lies. Topic of today's video. We all know what a regular lie is. It's a false statement made in order to deceive someone else. But what are white lies? A white lie is supposedly a diplomatic lie in order to preserve the reputation of the one lying, or to preserve the feelings of the one being lied to, or both, or in order to conceal sensitive information, or all three of the above. So that's the definition of a white lie. White lies are generally considered harmless by society's standards. But what does God think? I mean, us followers of Christ we're only concerned about what God thinks of things, not what society thinks about things, you know. So what does God think about white lies? Does he consider them okay? Are they indeed harmless? Let me tell you first about what happened to me recently. Recently, a few days ago, I told a certain person a white lie. Even a few days ago, I was someone that considered white lies as harmless. So I told this person a white lie. And then during the night, I saw a dream in the early morning. This is a common dream that people have. It's a dream where my teeth were falling out. Not all of my teeth, but the right front teeth, they were falling out. And I've had this type of dream before. These are common dreams that a lot of people have. In fact, some of you watching this video might have seen this dream once or twice in their lifetime. At first, and they're very terrifying, by the way. There are many variations of this dream where all of your teeth are falling out, or you chew on them and you grind on them, and they're falling out in bits and pieces. Other variations where you're bleeding too. But this was only a few of my teeth were falling out in this variation. So I was very terrified and nervous when I got up. At first I thought maybe this is a spiritual attack from the enemy. That's how I interpreted this dream at first. But by the Lord's grace, slowly it started to dawn on me, no, I was wrong. This is the correct interpretation for this dream. In my case, was like God was trying to tell me I was having unrepentant sin. And this is indeed the case because I saw this dream before a few months ago. And when I had seen this dream the first time, it was immediately after I had relapsed into my pornography addiction. So this is indeed the correct interpretation in my case, which is an unrepentant sin. If you have an unrepentant sin, then you're more than likely going to have this dream of your teeth falling out. And this dream is like God is trying to warn you that you're straying off the course, straying off the righteous path. And this warning in itself is a very big blessing. Because God, he scourges the people that he loves. He scourges his children. you know. If you're a child of God and you sin, and He's going to correct you immediately. He's going to discipline you, the Lord, which is a huge blessing, you know. And it's preferable to be disciplined by the Lord so that you can correct your course. So better to do that than, you know, suffer eternal consequences. So I'm very blessed for the Lord correcting me. And there are other interpretations of this dream, of this teeth falling out dream, which I'm not going to get into in this video. I'm going to make a separate video about this. But anyway, I digress. So the moral of the story is that unrepentant white lies are indeed an abomination to the Lord. In fact, white lies is a false dichotomy. There's no such thing as white lies and black lies. All lies are equally detestable to the Lord, equally abominations, you know. Because where can you draw the line between calling something a white lie and not calling it a white lie? There's no such line, you know. You can't just draw a line in the sand and call this lie perfectly okay. And this is what Satan wants you to do, you know. I mean, isn't Satan, his nickname, the father of lies? I mean, did Jesus himself, did he really tell any white lies in his life? I mean, was he going to, for example, was he going to Gethsemane, and if someone asked him where he was going, did he tell him that he was going to Nazareth? Of course not. He never told white lies, the Lord. So we should be following his example, you know, living a Christ-like lifestyle, all his children, you know. In Proverbs chapter 6, verses 16 to 19, it says, "There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers." So there you have it, brothers and sisters. I mean, this Bible verse makes it clear that the Lord considers all lies detestable and an abomination. You know, because telling a white lie in order to preserve your reputation or preserve someone else's feelings is a very foolish thing. I mean, even if you have good intentions in telling white lies, and you're gonna be found out for who you really are, which is a liar, you know, and that's gonna damage your credibility beyond repair. So I seriously urge you, if you have this type of habit, to eliminate it entirely. Stop telling white lies, brothers and sisters, if you do in your life. That's going to help you immensely with your relationship with the Lord. You know, you're going to get on the straight path again. Besides that, telling white lies is really like a snowball effect. Because if you tell one white lie, then you're going to have to tell another lie in order to cover up the first lie. And you're going to have to tell a third lie to cover up the second lie, and so on and so forth, you know. It builds up and builds up. You have to tell bigger and bigger lies in order to cover up the previous lies. And sooner or later, you're going to have a hot mess on your hands, brothers and sisters. So I seriously urge you to stop lying altogether. So having that said, now that we've concluded that white lies are indeed a sin, that you need to repent of, another question starts forming in our minds naturally, which is, If I can't tell a lie, then how can I conceal sensitive information without lying? Which is a very good question. Well, I'm going to give you a technique here. Let's say someone asks you where you live. You can tell them, you can ask them a counter question like, why do you ask? With this question, you put the spotlight back on the person that's asking you this question, and makes them seriously question their motives, why they're asking you. Sometimes they'll drop the subject altogether and ask you something else, or they might insist. If they do insist, then you can just give them a vague answer. If you live in like a city of New York, just say, I live in here in New York, without going into any specific provinces or suburbs where you live. And if they still insist, then you can outright say, I'm not comfortable answering this question, or it's none of your business. I'm not at liberty to say, stuff like that, which it's your right to say this thing in a polite manner, Just tell them you can't answer them in a polite manner. You're perfectly well within your rights to do this, brothers and sisters. Another way to dodge this question without lying is, say, again, someone asks you where you live. Just answer them like, I'm doing fine, how are you? As if they asked you something else, They're going to be taken aback, like, what? I didn't ask you this. I didn't ask you, how are you doing? Sometimes they'll drop a subject and change the subject. And if they still insist, like, the nuclear option, like I said, is it's none of your business, or in a more polite manner, I'm not at liberty to say. And sometimes, depending on the question, you can answer with humor. Like if someone asks you your age, for example, and you can say, oh, I'm 1 day older than I was yesterday, stuff like that, funny stuff. I mean, humor, depending on context, is a very appropriate way to answer such questions. Or if you're a man, and your wife asks, does this dress make me look fat? A humorous response is more generally the correct way to answer such a question. Yeah. There are many question dodging techniques you can research on Google for further research if you're interested in stuff like this. Answering questions in a more ethical way without lying, brothers and sisters. So yeah, that's pretty much what I had for you today, brothers and sisters. So yeah, white lies are indeed a sin, and we should eliminate these from our repertoire as soon as possible in order to improve our relationship with God, So yeah, hope this video was of some help to you. Hope it was a blessing to you. If it resonated with you, then smash those buttons like there's no tomorrow. The like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend on your social media. I know I haven't been making videos lately. It's been like 10 days. I'm seriously going through some stuff, I'm in a transitional period where I'm trying to relocate. It's not easy. Can definitely use some prayers, brothers and sisters. If you could lift up a prayer for me, I would really appreciate it. So I might not be uploading in a regular manner. these next few weeks. But rest assured, if I'm away, then I'm going to come back eventually. You know, rest assured I'm working on something. If I have some periods where I'm not uploading, brothers and sisters. So please pray for me. And if you want me to lift up a prayer for you, I'll say so in the comments. I'll lift up a prayer for you. We should all pray for each other these days, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it, brothers and sisters. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.